Hi, this is Sky from Blue Line Eraser, and I've got this cute little snow globe ornament that I'm going to show you how to make. Stick with me and we'll learn how. So here we go. I put together a list of bits and pieces and parts and equipment that you're going to need to put together those cute little snow globes. First of all, you will need 3-inch squares of a background fabric, a backing fabric, and a batting of choice. Just make sure that it's a thin batting. You will also need 1.5-inch circles. Those will be the center of your globe, so you'll probably have to fussy cut those. A 1-inch square so that you can use that as the base of your snow globe. You will need a 1.5-inch circle of clear, medium to heavyweight vinyl. Fusible web, the paper-backed type that you can make appliques out of. A small crystal, silver micro beads, just a very small amount. That's what we're going to be using as snow. About 5.5 inches of silver cording, 4 inches of ribbon and thread. You will also need a hot glue gun, a blue water-soluble fabric marker, and Blue Line Eraser. To review, you will need 1 3-inch square of background fabric, 1 3-inch square of backing fabric, 1 3-inch square of a thin batting, a fussy cut 1.5-inch circle, a 1-inch square for the base of your snow globe, a 1.5-inch circle of clear, medium to heavyweight vinyl, some fusible web with paper on the back, 1 small crystal, silver micro beads, about 5.5 inches of silver cording, and 4 inches of ribbon. And that's what we'll need to make our cute little ornaments. You will also need a hot glue gun, a blue water-soluble fabric marker, and some Blue Line Eraser. Now we've got all of our stuff together that we're going to need, so let's go make an ornament. And now we're to the fun stuff. Yeah! First of all, what I've done is I have marked a 1/4 inch all the way around on each side of the backing fabric, background fabric. I've also applied the fusible web to the base and to the center of your snow globe. Now we could leave the base like a little block, but we want a little more elegance to our snow globe, so I've measured in a 1/4 inch and cut to the outside corner. And I've done that on both sides of the base. Now I've used those lines to center the base, so the spacing between this corner and this corner is pretty equal. Now I'm going to put the globe on top, and you can see how much cuter that is that we've cut the base at an angle. I'm going to put that down, and I also want to use those lines to center the sides of the snow globe from the lines, so I know that it's pretty well centered. Now I'm going to take this to the iron and press that down using the manufacturer's directions for the webbing, and that's what I've done with this one. And I've removed most of the lines. I've used Blue Line Eraser to do that. I loaded the Blue Line Eraser in this water barrel or water brush, and even though the lines were ironed on, I can take this water brush with the Blue Line Eraser and trace over the lines, and they disappear. So the lines are gone. Now we're ready to make the first step of the ornament of putting together the base of the sandwich. And you need to fold the ribbon in half. Make sure the loop is toward the center. Then you will put the backing fabric down, right sides together, align the sides, hold the loop in place, and then you will need some batting, the thin batting. I marked with the blue marker again a place to begin stitching and a place to end. And I will use a 1/4 inch seam allowance to start and go all the way around the ornament using the 1/4 inch seam allowance. And that's what I've done with this one. I've also trimmed out the corners, and now I'm ready to turn right sides out. And that's what I did here. I use this burnishing tool because it's got a nice point, and it will go and push out my fabric, but it won't cut through the fabric. It's pointy, but it's not so pointy. I also trimmed the backing or the batting a little bit right here at the opening so that when I go to seam it, it won't have the bulk. And then I finger press this. And that's what I've done with this one. I've stitched really close all the way around the edge. That sealed that opening where we turned it, and it also reinforces the ribbon. Now we're ready to put the little crystal in place. I used the hot glue gun to make sure that it stays where I want it. That looks like a good place. I also stitched a little bit around the sock. This will help hold the fabric down and away from the vinyl. Next, I'm ready to put the micro beads in place. I just use a tiny bit, just a little bit. Then I'm going to take the 1.5 inch circle of the vinyl and hold it in place while I stitch it. I use a monofilament thread so it looks virtually invisible after I've stitched it. And this is what I've done with this one. You can see that the snow or the little beads are in where the little reindeer is. I've also started to apply the silver cording. You can see the stitches of the monofilament thread right here. And I will apply the hot glue, and while it's still hot enough to be sticky, I will apply the cording all the way around. And that's what I've done with this one. And that's what it looks like when the ornament is complete. It looks so cute. And when you move it around, the little micro beads move and it looks like snow. Happy holidays from Blue Line Eraser.